Alright, today is the 7th of June, and I just happened to be walking around. I'm in Portland today. And I was walking around on a couple of the streets and I saw this going on. This is on the campus of Portland State University. And I guess there's a whole farmer's market down here, which I didn't know anything about, obviously, since I've only been in town for a few hours. I got here too early, so I couldn't check into my room. So I thought I'd walk around a little bit. Apparently there's an international rose garden somewhere around here, but then I saw this farmer's market. The specialty seems to be these giant peonies they have. These beautiful, beautiful flowers. Beautiful. Wow, they're gorgeous. Oh, these two are good. Listen to these guys. You guys are awesome. It takes a lot of guts to stand out here and sound awesome like that.
Thank you.
Okay, say hi to the camera. I'm traveling cross country. So what's your guys' names?
I'm Grace.
You're Grace? And you are?
Gina.
Gina? Are you guys students here?
No, I'm going to be a freshman at Oregon State.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm going to be a sophomore at Johns Hopkins.
I'm originally from Indiana, so I just happened to be walking down the street. I'm like, hey, there's a farmer's market. Let's go look around.
Nice.
So these guys are awesome. So if you ever see them one day, audience, this is where they started. They're famous. So yeah, you guys sound amazing. So good work. Yeah, they sounded really good. Meridian Farms. I like farmers markets. They're awesome. Where did we see that go? We're like, wow, this one's quite big. It didn't look that big when I approached, but wow, they said, ooh, real cider. That's good stuff.
Yep, this is the place. We've got apples and
Ancient Heritage Dairy. They're selling cheese. Nice mushrooms. Hello.
Come have a taste.
Oh, really? Cool.
Of course.
I'm traveling cross country, so I hope you don't mind my camera's
No,
on.
that's totally fine. Sparkling water.
What's your name, ma'am?
I'm Cody.
Cody? This is Cody, everybody. She's going to give me a taste of something.
We have drinking vinegars. So they're designed to go into sparkling water and cocktails.
Oh, okay. Never heard of that. That's interesting.
We're working on it.
All right, so if she poisons me, it's on camera.
The peppers are so airborne. It's not hot.
Makes a good alternative to ginger ale. and sparkling
Oh, yeah.
And then this one is Loganberry beet.
All right.
I'm not a fan of beets, but the flavor on this is fantastic.
Or with you can do fish, chicken-ish.
Wow, that's actually
this one in sparkling water, and I just do.
that has a very different flavor from what I expected. That's
It's
really interesting.
And then this is wildflower honey cherry.
Cherry.
Well, people do use it that way.
What do you think of that one?
That one's almost like it's almost like wine. I mean, it's got the same kind of flavor.
Sure.
I mean, not all wine, obviously.
Yeah.
But I like that one. That's a good one.
Mango habanero. And this one's going to seem pretty harmless on the spoon, but when you add it in with sparkling water, it gets sweets on fire.
That's awesome.
Hello.
Their card. Thank you.
Ooh, I can feel it.
You'll feel it a little bit in the back of your throat.
And these are drinking vinegars?
Yeah.
Never even heard of them.
It's a different concept. It's a great one.
Huh. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Do you guys have a website and stuff?
We're online. You can order and we ship everywhere in the U.S.
So guys, if you guys are interested back home, drinking vinegars, they're really interesting. These are all going on YouTube, by the way. So if you have anything to say to the camera,
Well,
this is your...
They happen to work like you would an acid in a cocktail. So
Oh, okay.
They're like the newer version of a shrub. And what's special about ours is we start with our cooking vinegar, one of the vinegars, and we add more fruit, but no added sugars.
Oh, yeah. See, these guys know what's up. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Happy travels.
Something new and interesting. That was neat.
Oh, yeah.
Mushrooms. Ooh, these are homemade jams. Pie. Pear honey. Ooh, look at that. Country fresh lamb. Beet salad.
Come on, Libby. I'm getting back in. Unless you want to do a full brown.
Dwight Schrute just had a heart attack. Freddy Guy's hazelnuts. Two Tarts Bakery.
Get tired of all these people. We can go. Hurry, we're going to pray. For God's sake. I got to get this dog home. Where are you?
Strawberries. Starbucks again. I guess there's a parade, which I didn't know. Try our biscuits. Mushrooms seem to be a thing around here.
It's like a salad. Did you get it?
More these beautiful flowers over here.
That's kind of hard. Like whenever we go in there, like I do not want to next to whatsoever.
Well, this is a good setup, you guys.
Apparently, one thing when I was there. Extraordinary. Yeah, you need an organ now. Quick.
This is way bigger than the one on it. Whatever it is. Awesome. Raw honey. More of these gigantic peonies.
Have we seen this aisle has offered? Have we seen all this aisle?
So many people. Of course. Well, that was neat. Well, I was going to walk to the International Rose Test Garden, but I was looking at a map and I'm an idiot, so I kind of got turned around. So I may as well just get in my car and go find it that way. Otherwise, I'm just going to be wandering around the entire afternoon. Portland is a hip young city. It has big buildings, but still spread out. It feels young. I guess I don't really know how to describe it, because it doesn't feel like Chicago. Chicago has a different feel to it. But, sorry. This place doesn't. And it has all these nice trees and stuff. I even saw a payphone. Holy crap. I haven't seen a payphone in a while. I got two different sets of directions, and I was looking at both of them going, none of these look right compared to this map I was looking at on the side of a bus stop. So I'm going to find it on the thingamabobber. GPS. And see if I can maneuver these roads here without frickin' killing myself. Oh yeah, there's my car. Cool. Alright, this is the motel room I have in Portland. It's actually pretty cool, and this bed is humongous. It is definitely wider than I am tall. But I'm in downtown Portland. This is the view from my window. And actually, this was open when I got in, but I closed it because it was kind of warm earlier. That right there is the Academic Plaza. Basically, surrounding this entire area are all various university-related stuff. It is, I don't know, it's got to be almost 11. 2300. And you know, the longer I spend out here on the West Coast, the more I really, really like it. I mean, and this is a pretty big city, but it's pretty relaxed out here. I like it. Travis Mann on Facebook linked me to Portlandia, which had a show about Portland being like the 90s dream or something. And it was funny because as they're saying the lyrics, I was like, man, I saw one of every one of those people. You know, there were people dressed up in crazy clothes. There was one guy I saw, he was in a black and green suit, and he had green dinosaur socks on, like it was kind of adorable. You know, I went over to the Pita Pit, which is right over there. The guy who was behind the counter had like those giant, what do you call them? Oh, I can't remember. They make your earlobes really big. They were like the size of tomatoes. And everybody was just really relaxed. He was like, yeah, we have the best weed out here. Everybody's really cool. I was like, oh, okay, well, hey, sounds good. It reminds me a lot of Wisconsin. Another guy, I was getting some gas, and this guy was talking to me because I guess he saw my military cap in my back window, and he asked me if I, was military or was formerly, and I said yes, and he says, oh, I was a squid. And I was like, aw, I wasn't, but aw, my sister was a squid. Where was I going with that? Oh, yeah, he was saying, he was talking about how he played disc golf. And the only places I've ever heard of people playing disc golf was when I went to Wisconsin for the first time, and then when I came out here to California. And he's like, people who play disc golf are either, like, really into drinking, or they're all potheads. And I can't deny he's basically correct. Everybody I knew in California, down in Monterey, that played disc golf would all go out there with a case of beer and get thrashed. Specifically, Hagglesworth, Joey Hagler. He would just get freaking wasted and come back in with his face all burnt up from the sun. This is a pretty city too, also. Like at first, it kind of reminded me of the really young side of Chicago, almost. Chicago's really different. Chicago has a lot of big buildings. I don't know why it made me think of Chicago instead of any place else, but it did. I was walking around today, just kind of wandering. walking around today, just kind of wandering, checking things out. And it's a very, I guess hip would be a good word. It feels very young here. People seem to really enjoy it here. And yeah, everybody's very, very recycling conscious. I mean, I was in Einstein's Bagels, which, by the way, I don't remember if I mentioned this earlier, but I had one of their breakfast bagels and was really sick afterwards, so be careful if you eat those. And they had, their trash can was like, one said landfill, one said compost, and one said recycling, and I was like, I don't know which one to do. So I just put my cup and the napkin I had in recycling, because I had no idea. From Indiana, they don't recycle there. I know a lot of people, I guess, out on this coast, some people get kind of the hipster vibe from this place. I haven't really noticed that so much. I mean, it just seems like really laid back, kind of like a beach town. Like when I was in the South in Alabama, I went to Gulf Shores once, and just everybody was pretty relaxed. Everybody was pretty chill. And it's kind of like that, only the weather here is better, and nobody cares if you want to smoke weed or whatever. Like, it's pretty cool, I'm thinking about maybe coming back here. I like this coast. I think it's really awesome. When I go up to Washington State, I'll be able to check that out and kind of see what I think of it. Because, I like Oregon. This place is beautiful. Everybody seems to have a pretty good attitude, and nobody's yelling about religion, and everybody's just like, yeah, whatever, we're getting education, we're doing cool stuff, we're saving the planet, whatever. I'm like, yeah, okay, I can deal with that. It's all right. And everybody I've spoken to has been really nice, even strangers that, for the most part, basically everybody has been polite, no just abject rudeness for no reason. The only thing that really, really sucks about this place is you have to pay to park everywhere. There is not one free parking place in this city, I don't think. So I wouldn't live in a city anyway. I don't like cities that much. But I would definitely visit, but it's not horribly expensive. I got really lucky in that across the street there is an open lot that's, it's like some of these places, like you can only park in places between certain hours, and then you have to move your vehicle, and you have to pay to park there anyway. But this place, luckily, is you can park there 24 hours a day, and you pay kind of a flat fee, from what I understand anyway. So, anyway, yeah, I probably wouldn't live in Portland if I did come back to Oregon, just because the parking pisses me off. But, I like the rest of it. Everybody seems pretty chill so far. Granted, I've only been in the city for, a day, but I like it. I wish there was more snow, though. I guess they get a lot more rain here than snow. A lot of people bike everywhere. And then there are these big electric trolleys, which I didn't notice at first when I got in last night. But these wires, I thought they were power lines, but they're not. They're for the trolleys. So that was interesting. Well, tomorrow I'm going to go to the International Rose Garden, hopefully. I'd like to get over there. I heard it's really beautiful. They also have a Japanese tea garden up near Washington Park. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow, and I know that there's a couple museums that Veggie wanted me to hit. Hi, Veggie, by the way.